first season at West Florida. Thank you for joining us. And also Peewee Jarrett, the quarterback for the Argonauts. And, Coach, first of all, coming home, how hard was it to say bye to Clemson and we're going back to the beach?
Well, if you ask my wife, it was pretty quick. We made the decision pretty quick. Yeah, so it was a great opportunity, like you said, coming home. It's a place that we're very familiar with. We had a lot of great memories, opportunities there. My wife went to school there, played volleyball there. I played football there, and so it is a coming home party for us, and we know how great opportunity this is to lead a great university overall.
I hear you. Now, when you take over a job like this where they've only had one coach the entire time that they've been in existence, do you try to carry the mantle, or do you try to break it down and rebuild it the way that you would like to see it?
You know, I got a unique perspective on that because it's not like I'm coming in fresh and have no idea what he was doing. I mean, I played for him, I coached for him, I was a graduate assistant, and so a lot of things that have affected my life and made me kind of the man I am today, I learned from him. And so there's some things I'm taking from him. Peewee can tell you. I mean, I'm just put my own unique spin on it. I got to be my own person that God created me to be. And so I can't be Coach Shinnick. I'm going to be Kaleb Nobles because that's what's going to get me to be successful, and that's what led me where I'm at today. And but there's a lot of really good things I've learned from all the coaches I've been a part of. Obviously, been under Coach Sweeney, done a really good job of he does things the right way, leads the right way, and so just shows that you can win at the highest level, but do it the right way as well.
Well, it looks like when you took the job, you had the blessing of Dabo Sweeney, you had the blessing of Coach Shinnick, who went on to Townsend. How important was that for you to make sure that those coaches were like, yeah, we think that's the right move?
Well, no, it's very important because, I mean, they're much older than I am. I'm a young guy, and so, making decisions to be a head coach the first time is obviously a big deal, and so those guys have done it. They've been experienced. They've been around the block coaching, and really more or less ask them, hey, do you think this is best personally for me? Do you think this is best for my future family? And so they both had great advice for me. They're both very supportive and, very excited for me for the opportunity.
Well, you don't go over there to the cupboard completely bare. I'm going to come over now to Peewee. First of all, your name is Peewee, and you're 6'3".
Yes, sir.
So you need to tell the world and tell everybody on Flow Sports, how did you even get a name called Peewee, or did you just sprout up once you got to Pensacola?
No, I haven't always been the tallest person in my family, but I was born with the name Byron Jr. My dad's Byron Sr. And instead of being called Junior my whole life, they just stuck me with Peewee, and it's just stuck ever since.
I hear you.
Yes,
I would hate to meet Tiny if you had a Tiny in the family. When you think about last season, you were a semifinalist. It really came down to one play.
Mm-hmm.
How much does that play stick with you, and how much do you try to wash that away and try to say we're going to start anew?
Yeah, it doesn't really stick with me a lot because I knew what we had coming back, and I just know how great we can be this year if we put it all together. And, it's just something special because I know the guys that are coming back, and I know what's around me.
You have a head coach who is also a quarterback at your university. How comforting is that to know that you have a guy that has gone through the same battles that you've had to go through?
Yeah, it's very comforting. He came in and just told me a lot of things that I can fix to make me a better player, and that's just something I always strive to just get better every day and, every practice, every rep, and he just always pushed me to be better, just the little things.
Coach Nobles, I know that you most likely used your phone, your laptop, everything to try to keep up with West Florida while you were at Clemson. How difficult was it for you to watch that semifinal game? And when you got the job, did you have to put that out of your mind when you had to talk to the team, or that was first and foremost there?
No, I mean, when I got the job, everybody was, on the road. We're getting on Zoom calls and all that, and I had the blessing to be at home. We weren't playing that day. Our regular season was done, so I got to watch the game, and I was a little bit warmer than they were up in Michigan, so it was a little bit a better experience for me. But I don't think you forget it. I think you use it as motivation because we got a lot of guys returning, like Peewee said, that's in your mind. You want to use that as motivation, but you're not guaranteed to play those guys. So it's not motivation for them. It's motivation to be our best version of ourselves every day and use that as fire to fuel ourselves.
What are the expectations for the offense since now you'll take over? Is it more of the same, or do you want to try to add some new wrinkles to it?
Yeah, I'm not going to give all the secrets away. We're trying to keep some stuff secretive.
You can right now. We're just on Flow Sports.
We're going to run triple option. Yeah, we're going to do quarterback sneak every play, things like that. No, we're going to be fun on offense. We're trying to be exciting and install some things that I think have worked in the past at West Florida that I might have my own unique spin on, change a little bit of things, but things I've learned along the road and be able to make things exciting for the players because if there's excitement from them and buy-in, then they're going to give their every all on every play.
When you look at the offensive output, particularly in that game in the semifinals, wasn't able to really get any points in the second half. How important is it to find the consistency scoring-wise in order to make it back to that point or even further?
Yeah, I think when you talk about consistency on offense, I mean, it's got to be what your base install stuff is. So, I mean, for me, the stuff that we're installing this first week of fall camp next week has got to be stuff that we're still using during December, because that's the stuff I feel like we're going to be best at. And so, obviously, you're going to have tweaks per game plan that you change per team. Every opponent and defense is different. But us, I mean, we got to be able to rest on what we feel good about, what our best players can do and how to get them in space, and how do we as coaches kind of scheme that up.
Peewee, you're a dual threat quarterback, but what do you rather? You rather run it? You rather throw it?
I'd rather put the team in the best situation to win. There's not really, I would say, a ultimate strength to my game. I just do what's called for the team that week and do it the best.
When you look at building upon everything that you guys did during last season, how important, as Coach said, to find that consistency, what have you guys been working on to try to make it to where in the second half you can score as easy as you do in the first?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that Coach Nobles has done for us is just keeping it simple. I feel like with a simple playbook and, simple terms, it's easier for us to play fast, and we have some fast players on our team, and if they're playing fast, it's hard to keep up with.
Your journey down to Pensacola, you're not a Southern guy particularly. How did you find your way down there?
Yeah, so after my junior college route in 2021, I ended up going to Western Illinois, and it just wasn't the right fit for me at the time. I got in the portal a few months after that and started receiving calls from Coach Dickerson, Coach Shinnick, and, took a visit and just fell in love with the place, and, it definitely feels like home right away.
Do you give your family a lot of grief because they're freezing, they're snowing, it's wind, and you're like, it's 75, I'm going to the beach today?
Yeah, I think there was a couple times in, October, late November, where it was 20, 30 degrees there, and we're practicing 80 degrees in short socks and short shirts. So it was great time.
Good.
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Nobles, when you started, there was no stadium. I think there was barely a locker room. Now you have your own stadium, field house, things of that nature. When you come back to your institution to take over the reins, how comforting is it to know that the progress has made it to where you guys dreamed about when you first took over?
Yeah, I mean, you get there. I came on a visit to West Florida in December of 15, and we didn't have much of a locker room. They were laying the turf down as I was there, getting ready for spring. And so it truly is a testament to our administration, our athletic director, our president, Dr. Saunders, and the vision they have for what they want the program to look like, not just now, but the great leaders are looking long-term in advance, and they've done that for years since we started the program. And it's a true testament to them on their vision, what they want, and it's our goal as coaches and as players to push that as we go.
When we look at your defense, we would be remiss if we didn't mention that. Are we going to still see versions of the 3-4? Are we still going to see the attacking style defense that we've seen in the past?
Yeah, scheme-wise, we'll find out on September 1st what the version's going to be. Can't give it all away like offense, but what I can promise is we're going to be giving great effort. We're going to be relentless in chasing the football. We're going to get after them. I want to make sure that people remember what it feels like to play West Florida. I want to take an extra day to get healed up and ready to play. We're going to be physical on both sides of the ball and be able to flip the field on special teams and have guys who treat special teams the same as they do an offense, defensive play. So we'll keep the secrets to ourselves for now, and then we'll let the world find out on September 1st.
All right, and let's take a look at that schedule that's coming down as the Argonauts will try to make it to the semifinals and beyond. You start off at hosting Kentucky Wesleyan. You go on the road, and you go on the road twice, and you take on a Florida A&M team that's poised to be one of the best in the SWAC. You play West Georgia, always a tough team, at North Greenville, shorter, at West Alabama, at Delta State, and then Valdosta State, at Mississippi College, and you finish at Shawan. When you look at that schedule, do you see any parts of that schedule where you're saying, hey, this is going to be the toughest part of our schedule?
For me, not really. I try not to look down the line too far because I'm not worried about who we're playing in October because I got to take care of September. And so Peewee knows I tell our guys, our staff, the most important game is the next one. So our thought is on the first team and getting better in fall camp to be able to take care of business for Kentucky Wesleyan.
All right, Coach, welcome back to the Gulf South.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Peewee, thank you so very much. Good luck
sir.
to you. Stay tuned. We'll have more of the 2023 Gulf South Conference Football Media Day right here on Flow Sports.